Our next session will explore how AI and automation can help hotels increase bookings and capture more of the growing online market. Isn't that what we all want? So perfect that we have two experts here giving us a briefing on how to do that. And we'll hear from Google's Head of Strategic Partnerships, Travel, and Cendyn's VP Global Strategy, who will share with us how to use your hotel tech stack to maximize visibility, marketing efficiency, and direct traffic. The title of the session is, Hey Google, how can I get more bookings? I really want to have these answers, so please welcome on stage Tina Markowitz and Nicolas Dussart. The stage is yours.
All right. So I'm Tina Markowitz. I lead global strategy for Cendyn. For those who don't know, Cendyn is a hospitality technology provider. We have solutions from revenue to marketing, sales, digital, distribution. So really excited to be here. One of the questions we hear all the time is how can we drive more direct bookings? And so we are here with Google to really answer that question for you. Specifically when it comes to how AI can help us do that. So,
Tina, thank you very much for staging us up. It's great to be here at ITV again. I'm super exciting as each year. It's great to see all of you. I'm Nicolas Dussart at Google, partnering with Cendyn, and I want to thank them for the opportunity to speak to you today. So we have a lot of content. We'll try to stick with the timing. And so let's jump right into it and try to demystify a bit how we can empower ourselves and our businesses with AI. So AI is on everyone's minds, of course, even this year, or this year even more than the previous ones. For Google, it's been a journey. We've been investing into AI, at least for the last 25 years, in many different ways, shape, or form. And you see here examples of products and solutions that uses AIs and leverage AI models and technology to bring these products to life. Now, this empowers users, consumers, and businesses to basically ship more products quicker to the marketplace, enable new use cases, and develop new solutions to meet the customer's needs. So let's see what are the customers saying, basically. Tina, do you have any insights?
yes, absolutely. So while Google has been working on this for over 2 decades, a lot of us are newer to leveraging AI in our daily lives. So what we know is that as of last November, there was about 40% of us in the world that were using AI to power trips. So everything from personalized itineraries, thinking about where to go in terms of recommendations, making sure we are getting the right prices. All of those things are sort of the way that we're leveraging AI in our daily life. And so with that comes a lot of expectations on the consumer side, right? We're all expecting personalized everything. And so question for Google is, how is Google helping hoteliers meet those customer demands, right? That really is at the top of everyone's mind right now.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tina. And I recognize that there's probably hoteliers in the room, but also many different businesses, hotel tech providers, destination management organizations. So let's look into different aspects of how you can employ AI and solutions around that, starting with a bit of a funnel approach. So we'll start with general concepts to come down to, OK, what does it mean in terms of bookings and revenue for us? The first example, and I think the most recent you're familiar with, is generative AI, especially with the example of Gemini as a consumer tool. Generative AI indeed can be useful in many different use cases, and you see here that you can use it to generate content and optimize for it. You can use it as well to build customer engagement solutions, thinking about agents. We'll see examples of that in a second. And of course, you can also use it to generate a lot of different content, personalizing the experience for our customers and consumers. So the last piece is, of course, not only using AI as consumer or practitioners, but building with AI. And I think now we're going to move into the era of building with AI and building these solutions with the powerful tools that this provides. So I want to recap with 3 themes, maybe, for the travel industry. We are here for that. And again, the first theme is really now we are able to generate a lot of content at scale that's engaging for our customer base. The second aspect is really about creating engaging conversation with our customers. And the last piece would be probably to increase and gain efficiencies in our operations, right? We've seen a lot of different tools. I'm just quoting one from Google, Notebook LM, and we're going to give examples of that within the context of businesses. We have another version for businesses. So these are examples and themes that you can apply right away as of today to basically enhance your business's operations and hopefully drive down more bookings. We'll see that in a second. So I want to give you examples of travel companies that have built with AI, and we'll see how we can also use off-the-shelf solution. But I think that's really probably in a year from now what we're going to see more and more happening is all these use cases being built with AI. And I would encourage you to basically look into these case studies and see what would make sense for your own businesses. The first one is Love Holidays. They have basically built a contact center agent to improve their operations. And I think we see many examples of that, sometimes more fine-tuned to the actual operations of these businesses. So I think that's a key element here, a key success factor. The second one is ISG, building a new travel planner tool to basically engage with customers. So, in line with the theme that we disclosed right before. Finally, I think another very interesting use case is Alaska Airlines that has used some cloud solutions of ours to basically build a new destination search tool, building personalized suggestion and itineraries for consumers or prospects to consume. And interestingly, it goes down to pricing itineraries, so you can actually find specific flights from that tool.
So, amazing case studies. I think we see a lot of our customers starting to use these in terms of generative AI, but one of the questions I get asked a lot is, how should I change my strategy now to align with AI, right? We see that on the Google search engine results page, that when you're searching for something now, an AI answer comes up. You don't necessarily have to click through. So for a lot of hoteliers, the question is, how do I need to change my strategy to make sure I am appearing correctly in the search engine results page and that people are seeing my content, right? It's all about getting people to the website to book direct. So what changes should we be thinking about?
Yeah, thank you. That's a vast question, but also quite a very straightforward one and very important for all of us, I believe. We have to say, search is our biggest moonshot. We have these new solutions and we innovate with different solutions and products, but search remains a valid and very relevant part of the tools and the suite we provide. And actually, in fact, 15% of all the searches we see every day are new with new queries. So that's very important to understand the opportunities that search can bring within that context. And search is evolving in many different ways. We are not the search engine we were 20 years ago with 10 blue links. We've evolved in two major ways. The first one is on providing new ways for people to ask questions and the way that you can turn to Google to get information. The second aspect is really the way we are organizing the content and showing results to users. So I'd like to double dip quickly on this. One example on the way we can search differently is using voice. And voice enables way longer queries, right? So the context that you can provide is much longer, much richer. So that brings finer results, first off. Another example is circle to search. And I think you have references around in your family members, Tina, and I use it as well. Which is a way to circle on your screen directly on your phones to basically get any information about anything you see, which is quite straightforward and very useful as well. You can actually refine it with text as in a regular search query as well. So you see combining text with other type of inputs emerging and being available to you today. Finally, I think another example of how we are adjusting the way we can provide ways to query with Google is Lens. And Lens is basically the ability to search through images or video content and provide answers based on that, naturally. We've seen Lens being one of the fastest types of searches on Google with over 20 billion users monthly typing or using Lens to basically get information. So the fun fact, and I think good news for all of us today, is that Lens, in particular, those 20 billion searches per month, 1 out of 4 of those queries are showing a commercial intent. So there's a ton of opportunity to basically rely or empower your solutions to use or to be used with Lens and these other type of searches. Now we've looked into how you can turn to Google in new ways beyond search or text, to search. We also organize the content differently these days with more richer ways to present that content. And so we have very famous products like hotel search or flight search, which are vertical solutions to specific type of searches or specific type of intent. Now, think about searches where you want to go for travel, not necessarily for long vacations or complex trips, but you want to go to a concert in a different city, or you want to go to a sport event in another country, for example. We all have in mind probably the Olympics or famous artists that book entire places and many of the hotels in those places. So those queries are a bit more complex. You're not necessarily able to plan very quickly through different types of searches, or it takes time and effort, right? Trip planning is very hard. So we want to facilitate that by giving you answers and organizing the answers in a different way, a bit more horizontally, a bit more cohesively than through vertical solutions only. This is true for search. This is also true for other surfaces we provide, and I'll finish with this. Of course, YouTube is a major travel destination for users. A lot of content, whether short or longer form of content, is used to basically get trip IDs or refine your trip planning up to the decision phases. And of course, Maps. Maps today is used by over 2 billion users, and this is a major travel destination in itself because there's places and businesses, hotels specifically, that you can find on Maps, and you're turning to Maps to do so.
So I think you were referencing, the Taylor Swift effect. A lot of experiences and things like that are really driving travel these days, right? People are looking for experiences. They're looking for local events. And so that really does change, when we think about content on the website, content around our brands, content around hotels, it changes how we think about sort of putting things out into the world, right? That we want AI to pick up and to serve back to consumers who are searching potentially for local experiences. Maybe they're not looking for a specific hotel, but we want the hotel to show up, right? So we're constantly having this conversation, trying to figure out what the best assets are or other types of content to make sure that we're showing up. So let's talk a little bit about content. What can hoteliers or other tech providers be doing to make sure content is surfacing correctly?
Yeah, thank you. That's also a relevant question, and we're moving closer to, what is the way we can organize our content to make sure that it's used and surfaced by AI solutions like the one we've disclosed. So I want to separate two aspects. There's the web that we consume as users and we see through web pages, and then there's the web that is coded in the web pages, the actual code of the pages, right? And so Google crawls the web every day, both with visible content, but also the code of the web pages. So the first aspect to consider, of course, there's things that are always true. We want to surface relevant, accurate, fresh, people-first content. And so that's probably a North Star that we can all keep in mind, is making sure our content is relevant for the users, the words we're using is matching the intent of those users in line with the queries that they type. The other aspect, which is maybe a tip or a bit more tactical, is how to enhance your web pages from a coding perspective or a back-end perspective to make sure that AI can actually make the most of it. And an example of this, 2 words. Price accuracy, probably close to many of the conversations we're having between hotel and providers, and tech providers in particular. You see that structured data markup, for example, is one way to enhance the accuracy of your content by labeling the data in your web pages, especially true for booking engines, for example. Labeling this data enables Google crawlers to verify the prices and the price accuracy more regularly and more frequently. So that, as a benefit, can lead to better price accuracy checks and validations, and consequently enhance or have a more consistent price accuracy score for your accounts. Another way to consider making sure your content is LLM ready or AI ready is to have richer content on those pages, especially all the kind of content that in a typical search query you might not mention. So you might type a categorical search or navigational query, like I want to go to this place at that time. But think about the way we are building these new contexts around queries, more sophisticated, longer types of queries, even through Lens, for example. That can bring a lot of different types of content that is not easy to surface through regular search. Think about images, videos, reviews, details of the properties like a pool or pet-friendly. All these attributes can be surfaced a lot more through these larger context queries. And so one way to do that is to run rich results, which is another schema available on our developer pages. And by running these rich result tests, you can basically make sure your content is LLM ready. I want to close on the content side with giving you a personal experience. We've demonstrated last year at I/O a new trip planning experience based on Gemini Gemini Advanced in particular. And this brings all these content aspects all together in one single experience. So this is basically a way to get trip planning done in a very efficient way, personalized for you. And I have to give you an example. I was telling Tina, I actually used that product, that solution, when I was planning for a trip in Vietnam with my family. We have very different interests and expectations, from beaches to museum to landmarks, or okay, what does the hotel has to offer on the buffet, for example. And so by typing in a long context query or a prompt inside this experience, I could basically get a fully organized, personalized trip planning experience and an itinerary with all the steps, different suggestions, places to visit, very, very refined to basically my expectations or my needs. And I think that's really an experience I will encourage you to try wherever it's available. So you might think now, okay, what's in it for us? What's in it for me? Basically, we believe that the easier it is to build trip planning experiences, the more people will travel. And so down the line, the best way to organize this content and make it available for users will lead to more leads, actually, and possibly more conversions, consequently bookings for us. So maybe a word on the creative side, because that's close to the marketing aspects, and we are working very closely, Tina and I, on Cendyn and Google on this.
Yes. So I know one of the conversations, again, creative, right? It's a big time investment. A lot of hotels don't necessarily have the time, energy to create really compelling imagery, right? To get all of those ads out there, to get video content out there. And so one of the amazing things about AI is the ability to create a lot of content, potentially at scale, customized to different needs. So how can AI help everybody, be better with content, creatives?
Yeah, zooming into AI, and we mentioned on generative AI themes for travel. One is around generating content and creatives. And so I think AI here can be really useful both for generating that content, but optimizing also down to personalizing it for each of the users differently and at scale. So I'll provide an example with Radisson, who's basically used some of our cloud solutions like Vertex AI and BigQuery. And they built their own solution, embedding the signals and all the data they had about their customers, and basically laid down a whole set of creatives to be dynamically generated at scale, personalized to the users. And so that could enable them to basically increase their ad-driven revenue by 20% and their return on ad spend by 35% by just personalizing these ads using AI experiences, AI solutions from Google Cloud. Now, we mentioned ads. Tina, maybe you can...
Yeah, well, one thing I wanted to jump in and say, so we run a ton of creative, dynamic creative when it comes to delivering programmatic advertising. And so really the amazing thing about AI is it takes it to the next level, right? So we've been able to personalize creative for years, right, when it comes to dynamically serving based on interest. But now with the addition of AI, we have these amazing language insights, right? We talk about being able to customize based on language preference, and then in real time serve in that specific language and with specific imagery that would resonate with people in different countries. And so that's really where AI becomes incredibly powerful when it comes to being able to deliver these personalized experiences at scale. So really amazing, and maybe we can talk about one of the other ad products that is very buzzworthy these days. We've seen a lot of success with at Cendyn is Performance Max.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to have a word because we work very closely with Cendyn and partnering, especially on the marketing aspects, the marketing stack in particular, with solutions such as Google Marketing Platform. And I think we mentioned building with AI, but I think there's already readily solutions available off the shelf that you can use that already make the most of AI. And I think in the ad space, we've been investing a lot over the years to build and make those products available. So I want to mention PMax, Performance Max, in particular Performance Max for travel goals, which we released actually, and we announced at ITB 2 years ago. This has been a tremendous success, and we are really happy to make sure everyone can benefit from the performance out of it. This is a performance type campaign, so this is very conversion oriented and specifically optimized around bookings or revenue, depending on the type of bidding you're using. And in fact, you don't have to take care so much about the bidding or the channels or the creatives because everything is automated with AI within that campaign type. So you basically get the best of all the channels from Google, from search, maps, YouTube, display network within one single campaign type. And of course, the bidding algorithms are also very much using and relying on AI to optimize for your campaign goals. I want to give one example of Home to Go, which is solely relying on TROAS in that case, but just using TROAS, which is one of the model available for Performance Max. They've seen an increase in app installs. So it's not only just to generate bookings, you can also basically build your brand or generate more app installs using those bidding algorithms powered by AI. So they've seen an increase in 23% in their installs compared to TCPA campaigns, so formal models, and a 46% higher return on ad spend thanks to that bidding algorithm.
So switching gears here in the last couple of minutes that we have, talking about analytics and measurement. So something really that we're very passionate about at Cendyn. And so we're really looking to continue to develop our analytics platform. We're actually looking and have a commitment to building out what we're calling Cendyn One, which is an interconnected, predictive, and analytics system that is pulling together all of our products in order to really drive measurable business decisions and insights for our customers. Again, thinking about different ways that AI can help power these sorts of insights in ways that we couldn't do 4 years ago, 10 years ago. So thinking about how AI has changed how we think about measurement, what is Google looking at in terms of new types of KPIs?
Yeah, thank you, Tina. You're right about mentioning measurement is a key aspect of that, because obviously we mentioned models or ways to optimize against your business goals. We need to get insights to make sure we understand what works, what doesn't. And measurement is a great way to do that, especially through online solutions. We work very closely with Cendyn, not only on measurement, but also on all different ads products and the marketing options or solutions we can provide. I wanted to wrap things up on measurement and then have a final word on the themes we uncovered today. First off, for measurement, I think we are partnering very closely now on GA360 to make sure that we can deliver compelling experiences and basically feed that back into either the bidding algorithms or the creative management processing to basically build with AI around those topics. Now, I think there's probably 2 or 3 key takeaways we can have today. The first one, I would think, to recap, is to be LLM ready. I think for the tech providers out here, be LLM ready. It means having great content, having content that's enabled for AI, so that we can surface your great content to users in a relevant and accurate way. Another way probably is to either consider building with AI around your own solutions or using AI solutions readily available. And I think we've given examples on the ad side of things where you can really right away use AI-powered solution to your benefits. And finally, I think we've all seen different ways to enhance those solutions. I think enabling better operations and efficiencies, embedding all these solutions into compelling product suites is really what keeps us busy every day. And I hope this is meaningful for all of us to deliver best experiences to the hotelier and to the entire ecosystem of partners. So thanks for that. Thanks for being great partners, and looking forward to connect with all of you.
Great, thanks.
Wonderful. So microphone on. Yes. Thank you so much, Nicolas Dussart and
you.
Tina Markowitz. Are you having a moment for a few questions, or are you heading off?
I think we are all right, already beyond
You're
time,
off?
so yeah.
No, we still have time left. So if
Okay,
you're free-
okay.
Yeah. If there's any question, I mean, I'm just wanting to maximize the time. Is there any questions? Then raise your hand. Use the opportunity. We have a microphone here. Happy to take some questions. I mean, if not, we can also use the time to connect and follow them on LinkedIn. Find the booth of Cendyn. Where are you? In which hall? Oh, you don't know. I should know. Oh, I don't know by heart. 8.1, the destination where we all want to go to. Oh, that's perfect. 111. That's very easy. Thank you so much for helping out. Yeah, meet Cendyn and Nicolas. Where can we meet you in the next days? Are you here around?
Well, we have a lot of engagement thanks to ITB convention. So we have a lot of different speakers and keynotes, especially tomorrow. So we're going to be very busy with all of you, and we're looking forward to this.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. Yes.
Thank you.
And have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.